Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 8th. This week, you start off with the King of Hearts, which is great because this represents Pisces and you're coming up as a king, so you really can't beat that. Whenever you come up in your own reading, puts you in a position of strength, obviously, and gets things moving. King of Hearts definitely would be a more aggressive water sign, definitely more thick-skinned, and definitely more kind of a go-getter. So you definitely want to do that this week. Become more, definitely go for what you want, basically, and don't allow people to get in your way. But he's also very compassionate as well, so you'll still have that kind of like compassionate mix in there, and things will be going really well. But also, you might need to take on a leadership type position this week as well. Maybe you need to step up and kind of make some decisions this week, and I think you'll be able to do that with this card. Next, you have the Seven of Clubs. Great card for success, but frequently you're missing something. So definitely, double check anything. If you're starting new projects, or I feel like if you are starting a new project, I shouldn't say that because I feel like you already have if you're one of the people that is going to start a new project. But maybe some of you are planning a new project. Just double check things. Make sure you got everything. Make sure you have everything you need. Make sure you're truly learning even the right things that you need to learn. So maybe, I think that's something that's come up a lot for Pisces. I think a lot of you are learning new skills and learning new things. But maybe you just need to double check what you're learning, and maybe there's like an easier way, or maybe you're just not learning the right techniques or whatever. Just double check it with this card. Next, you have the Queen of Spades. Just jump into it. That's kind of what the Queen of Spades says, but she's also very good at setting a plan. She looks at things from like way up in the sky. She looks down on her kingdom, and she really makes some decisions and really plans things out. So a lot of you could be doing that. It's also the card of a visionary, and when we look at some of the greatest visionaries of all times, they're all Pisces. I mean, Steve Jobs is a Pisces, February 24th. So, definitely being a visionary under this card, and looking to the future and planning things from the future. And people will call you crazy, but you need to you need to do it anyway. And any gut feelings you have on the future as well, like if you feel like you need to quit your job and do something else, maybe that's what you need to do, because you can see the future with this card. Next, you have the Ten of Spades, which is a great card. It kind of represents like the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the Death card in the Tarot. I always say it represents like the Ten of Wands, like having carried a heavy burden in the past. The Ten of Swords, being through a lot of battles. I mean, Pisces, as far as I'm concerned, has been one of like the most beat up signs over the past 8 years, really having to learn some tough lessons. And I don't want that to sound as bad as I made it, because it's actually, I think, very beneficial. I think it's made Pisces a lot stronger. Like I said, thicker skinned. I know I have a thicker skin. I mean, years ago, if I did YouTube, for example, I wouldn't probably be able to handle the abuse, but now it doesn't even affect me. I don't even pay attention to it. So it's kind of one of those things where I think you've become a lot stronger, especially with this card. It's really paid off. And I think you're transitioning into something totally new, totally different with this Ten of Spades. So very interesting. And I wanted to pull a clarifier card on that Ten of Spades, because sometimes Ten of Spades can definitely be challenging. It can still represent a challenge, but actually you got the Six of Clubs, which represents success and growth and growing and having truly learned from those lessons. Sometimes, I'll get a Ten of Spades, I'll pull a card, and actually you'll get like the Six of Diamonds, which the Six of Diamonds represents like not learning anything and needing to replant those seeds from all those lessons, which would, hey, I mean, that would suck, right? Having to relearn all the difficulties, but your seeds have sprouted and they're growing, and this says that you're really in a better time of better success and things like that. There might be some bumps along the way, but things are definitely looking up. And finally, you end with the Three of Hearts, a card of emotional happiness, being emotionally happy, feeling happy, better feelings. The list goes on and on here. The Three of Hearts can also represent needing to make some decisions. Maybe you need to make some decisions in your life. And also friends. I mean, like a lot of you Pisces might have cut out some friends in your life. Maybe and it's not like in a negative way, but just maybe they're just not exactly who you thought they were, or just maybe their beliefs no longer align up with yours, and that kind of affects you, and you just can't, you're just not doing it. Having said all that, this is a pretty big card, kind of like the Four of Hearts. The Four of Hearts has 1,000 meanings. The Three of Hearts has 1,000 meanings. This card can also represent just needing to choose something. Like, I feel like maybe a lot of you are scattered. Maybe a lot of you are looking at a bunch of different ideas on where you want to go. Three of Hearts says those are all good ideas. Just pick something. Kind of like the Six of Clubs also says this. Just pick something and go with it, and you'll end up in the same place. Like, it's like no matter what you do, you're gonna end up in the same place anyway. So just pick something and go with it. But all in all, it looks like an amazing week. Probably a transformative week. A little bit of a transformation there with that Ten of Spades, but also a great week. So thank you for watching.